Selah. How do I forgive someone who doesn't even think they did anything wrong to me?
The hardest forgiveness is the one that's never asked for, but that's the kind that looks most like Christ. Luke 23:34, Father, forgive them. Catechism of the Catholic Church 2843, forgiveness is a divine demand, not a human suggestion.
It's one thing to forgive someone who apologizes, but what about the people who ghost you after the damage, who rewrite the story to protect their image, who act like nothing ever happened? What does God expect from me when they won't even admit they hurt me? Why does forgiveness feel so impossible when they won't own what they did?
Because pride wounds the heart deeply, but forgiveness isn't about their humility, it's about your healing. Matthew 18:21-22 and CCC 28:40, forgiveness is not optional.
If they're not sorry, do I still have to forgive them?
Yes, forgiveness is not a transaction, it's a decision to release the debt. Even if they never say sorry, you're still called to mercy. Mark 11:25 and CCC 28:44, forgiveness extends even to enemies.
Does forgiving them mean I have to pretend it didn't hurt?
No, forgiveness doesn't erase memory, it releases bitterness. Jesus forgave with wounds still open. It's in John 20:27 and CCC 28:43, forgiveness demands conversion of heart.
Is it okay if I still feel angry after I've forgiven?
Yes, forgiveness is a journey, not a feeling. Your anger doesn't disqualify your obedience. Find it in Ephesians 4:26 and CCC 1767. Emotions must be guided by reason and grace.
What if forgiving them makes me feel weak or foolish?
Then you're starting to understand the cross. Forgiveness looks like weakness to the world, but to God, it's power. 1 Corinthians 18:18 and CCC 20:15, the way of perfection passes by the cross.
Do I have to let them back into my life to forgive them?
No, forgiveness is given freely. Trust is rebuilt slowly and sometimes not at all. It's in Proverbs 4:23 and CCC 28:43. Forgiveness doesn't mean enabling sin.
How can I forgive when I still don't feel safe around them?
You forgive in the spirit, not in proximity. Loving your enemy doesn't mean sleeping next to them.
Find it in Romans 12:18 and CCC 28:44. Peace is pursued when possible, not forced. What if I don't want to forgive yet? Does that make me a bad Christian?
It makes you human. But holiness means choosing what's right, even when your heart resists. God can work with your struggle. He can't work with your refusal.
It's in Matthew 5:44 and CCC 28:42. Only the Spirit enables true forgiveness. Why should I carry the weight of forgiveness when they feel nothing?
Because holding on to unforgiveness keeps you in the prison they walked away from.
You see this in Hebrews 12:15 and CCC 28:43. Refusing to forgive hardens the heart. What's the reward of forgiving someone who doesn't deserve it?
Freedom, your peace, and a heart that looks more like Christ than it did yesterday.
It's in Luke 6:35-36 and CCC 1996. Grace perfects the soul when we imitate mercy. So you're saying forgiveness isn't something I wait to feel. It's something I choose to give, even when they're silent?
Yes, because mercy isn't something they earned. It's something you were shown first.
Ephesians 4:32, forgive one another just as God forgave you. To anyone listening, you're not weak for struggling with forgiveness, but don't let the weight of someone else's pride keep you chained to bitterness. God isn't asking you to ignore the pain. He's inviting you to surrender it. Because forgiveness isn't pretending it didn't matter. It's proving that God's love matters more. If you've ever wrestled with forgiving someone who never apologized, drop a lock or a prayer emoji in the comments below. Let someone know they're not the only one hurting in silence. Like this video so YouTube pushes this to those trapped in quiet bitterness. And subscribe, because next time on DeepCode Dialogues, I'm asking Selah, what if the reason I feel far from God is because I've grown numb to sin?
You've been listening to DeepCode Dialogues, where hard questions receive holy answers. With Selah, the voice that doesn't just explain truth, but calls you to live it.